Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're doing well. It's about 8:04 a.m. 2.5 hours later. So this is our 476th episode. Trying something a little different here because apparently YouTube will automatically pick up and default to the OBS software that I have installed that I use to record my coaching sessions. Someone upgraded somewhere, whether it be OBS or YouTube, that even though it has a thing, it defaults to it. So we're going to go with that. There's a little delay when I look at how things are on the screen. So you know what? I just have to learn how to get used to it. So we're going to learn how to get used to it. Hey, good morning. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. I went through that whole diatribe and I didn't introduce myself. That's terrible, isn't it? Especially for people who might be new watching the show. We talk about Agile Scrum in a practical and tactical way. Just before the show, I was watching a little video of Elon Musk and his daily routine. So I figured I'd watch it. I was curious what his day was like. And one of the things they talk about is effectively using their time. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was daily Scrum and effectively using their time. And I got two things I want to talk about. We're going to go through an exercise on what I do, and then I want to blow up those three questions. I hate those three. Well, the three questions are nice, but you know what? Some people can't get the three questions out of their brain, and I like to blow up how we use those three questions that were in the sprint guide, but now that it's no longer in the sprint guide, I'm like, yay, let's kill it. So I'm going to do a couple things. I want to show like what my agenda is for a daily Scrum, because the reason why I want to do it, I don't want people screwing around. I want time used effectively and very poignantly. Waiting around and doing nothing is a waste of time. If you watch Elon Musk, Gary Vee, any of these people, they all say meetings are terrible, and that's because they're not managed appropriately and they're a waste of time. Like waiting for everybody to show up to a meeting really sucks. But if you know your meeting starts at, okay, let's say we're going to set this with the team agreement. Team agreement. Okay. In your team agreement, you put your daily Scrum, right? Let's say let's say we start at 8. Okay. I'm going to turn on the virtual WebEx, Zoom, whatever, at 8 a.m. Web is on. Put web on. That may be a good name for a company. Okay. 8 a.m. Web's on. 8:02. We start. That gives everybody a little bit of time to go from one meeting to another or whatever they're doing. Gives them a chance to, gives them 2 minutes. Let's say you turn the web on. It gives you 2 minutes to set what you did if you haven't already done it and plan what you're going to say during the meetings. 2 minutes is a lot of time. So 8:02. So you start at 8:02 on the nose. Then what do I do? If it's in person, you just go around the room. But everybody's virtual now, and I've always said this, don't do that anymore because it's the ad hocness of that meeting stinks. It's terrible. It's a terrible way to manage a meeting. You know who your team members are on the team. List their name. So I'm going to go like Sally. These are my attendees, right? Like team. Sally, Bob. And then there's Jane, Jimbo. Okay, so you got all these names, right? Then you have your product owner. Then you have your Scrum Master. Put Greg. Okay? You start. Person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, some people say Scrum Master doesn't say anything, but I'm like, no, it's okay. If there's anything that the team needs to be aware of coming from outside the world that the Scrum Master is intercepting, they say that last. So you start, okay, Sally, and then Bob, and then sooner or later the team knows exactly when to start, who's next, and whatever. And you know what? Within 30 days, the Scrum Master doesn't start the meeting anymore. It's the team, because they know at 8:02 it's all turned on, and they just start going. Okay, so this goes boom, 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 boom. There's like, who's there, who's what, give me shit. Excuse my French. I know it's not French. I get corrected on that. But excuse my language, okay? I'm going to start saying that. Excuse my language. But boom, 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 be done. Okay? If they miss it because they're late, you can come back at the end and say, okay, Sally, did you come on? Or Bob, did you come on? The ones you missed at the end, and you can catch them up, okay? So that's this. The next part of an effective daily scrum. So this goes, there's no waiting. There's no dead air, dead time waiting for someone to show up. The next thing that you do is, what's the agenda? What I want to do. We used to talk about what was done and what you're going to do. And blockers. Right? Those are like the three questions that we would ask according to the old Scrum guide. Rather than done, what I like to do is I want to talk about clarifying. Because one of they talk about is email. Email is a killer, right? You only want to mention things, because I mean, honestly, a lot of this stuff in the daily scrum you could do with email, you could do with chat, whatever. But there's so much information coming, and this is the one chance to say, okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm Sally. I finished X and handed off to, let's say, Jimbo. This is Sally. See this? I handed off to Jimbo. So this is the key part. This is the exchange. All you want to do in a daily scrum is identify what exchanges were happening, so that the exchange just confirm it occurred, right? Because sometimes an email gets hidden away and stuff. So I finished X. I handed it off to Jimbo. Jimbo's got it. Okay. What am I going to do today? I'm waiting for, let's say, PO 3 Amigos on story XYZ. So here I'm waiting, keyword, for the PO. So now the PO is a what? What? PO? You said you wanted me. What do I got to do? I'm so busy with trying to keep all the customers. What do I need? What's important? I need to do that. That's what I want to do for that. That's my blocker, right? If you wanted to say, hey, what am I going to do today? I'm going to say, is there anything on the backlog that anybody thinks I really should work on? Otherwise, I'm just going to take the first thing off the backlog and start working on it. That's what I say, right? Just go around. Anybody need me to do anything? Do you need me to do any code reviews? Like, here's a good one. I just want to check. Hey, anybody in team meeting code reviews today before I start a new story? Code reviews before story. Okay, so that's like what I would do. So I got this. I probably just smeared it. I don't know if you can read it. It's kind of hard to tell on the screen, but that's what I would do daily scrum. It's how I would do it. So, one, effectively manage the time. Don't wait for people to say who's there. Who cares? You start at 8:02. You start with the team agreement. You say, I am turning it on at 8:02. We start the daily scrum. We go through it, and everybody talks about what they finished, who they handed it off to on the team or outside the team. So we all know that's been done, or I got it, and it didn't get it some lost in some email, some chat somewhere. Hey, Greg, I'm done with writing this code. It's yours now, right? So that's not there. And then what do we got blocking us? Who are we waiting for? Anybody on the team? And then ask the team, is there anybody needs any help before I start a new project? Because you want to concentrate your time effectively on that project. So that's what I got for Daily Scrum. 30 days. If you do that in your Daily Scrum, your team will be really highly effective, in my opinion, within 30 days, if not sooner. But that's how you communicate during the Daily Scrum. Okay? It's really all needs to be said. You tell me if you think other things need to be said during the Daily Scrum. I challenge anybody in this world to tell me what else do you need to know during Daily Scrum. Just need to have everybody talk about, listen to things that were important via email that get killed in the email avalanche, what people are exchanging work, if they're waiting and offer an opportunity for other people in the team to say, hey, yeah, I can use your help today. I got to do some coding and I got some questions and maybe I can borrow some of your time and we can work it together. So that's the Daily Scrum. That's how you effectively manage your time. And I think you'd be done in like 6 minutes. If that size team, if your Daily Scrum takes more than 6 minutes, then you as a Scrum Master are doing something wrong. It's my thoughts. That's my experience. It's what I've seen. It's what I've done. With that, I'm going to say, hey, happy Scrumming. Happy Thursday. Thursday, one more day. And then give us a thumbs up if you like the episode. And ring the bell if you want to see when we put more stuff out. The weekend is coming. Hopefully do some more little short little videos of fun stuff on the weekend or whatever we're going to do. We'll see. And I wish you all the best. Take care and see ya. Happy Scrumming. Bye. See ya.